Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not, and when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. And he said unto him, Lord, I am ready to go with thee, both into prison and to death. And he said, I tell thee, Peter, the cock shall not crow this day, before that thou shalt thrice deny that thou knowest me. And he said unto them, When I sent you without purse and scribe and shoes, lack ye anything? And they said, Nothing. Then said he unto them, But now he that have a purse, let him take it, and likewise his scrip. And he that have no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one. For I say unto you, that this that is written must be yet accomplished in me. And he was reckoned among the transgressors, for the things concerning me having none. And they said, Lord, behold, here are 2 swords. And he said unto them, It is enough. And he came out and went as he wont to the Mount of Olives, and his disciples also followed him. And when he was at the place, he said unto them, Pray that ye enter not into temptation. And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's cast, and kneeled down and prayed, saying, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. And there appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him. And being in an agony, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was as it were great drops of blood falling down to the ground. And when he arose up from prayer, and was come to his disciples, he found them sleeping for sorrow. And he said unto them, Why sleep ye? Rise up and pray, lest ye enter into temptation. All right, so this is happening like moments right before Judas is about to come and betray Jesus. And so like Jesus, he withdrew from the multitude and he went to go pray. And when he was praying, he asked God, like, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. And he's basically asking God, like, if there's another way for this to happen without me having to be a sacrificial lamb, please allow it to be so. And the prayer was so intense that an angel appeared to him to come and comfort him and strengthen him. And so I feel like the closer Jesus got towards his death, the more like humanly he began to feel. Like he started, because it's like he knew that he was coming. He knew his purpose before he even came down here. He knew he was going to sacrifice his life for the lives of many. But as the time drew closer and closer and closer towards his crucifixion, he asked God, like, if it be possible, remove this cup from me. And it's like he knew his purpose. He knew what his purpose was before he came down here. But yet he still prayed his prayer and asked if it was possible to remove this cup from him. And I believe it's because he felt like humanly emotions. And there appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him. And being in an agony, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was as it were great drops of blood falling down to the ground. And he rose up from prayer, and was come to his disciples. He found them sleeping for sorrow, and said unto them, Why sleep ye? Rise and pray, lest he enter into temptation. And while he yet spake, behold, a multitude, and he that was called Judas, one of the 12, went before them, and drew near unto Jesus to kiss him. But Jesus said unto him, Judas, betrayest thou the Son of Man with a kiss? When they which were about him saw what would follow, they said unto him, Lord, shall we smite with the sword? And one of them smote the servant of the high priest, and cut off his right ear. And Jesus answered and said, Suffer ye thus far. And he touched his ear and healed him. Then Jesus said unto the chief priests and captains of the temple, and the elders which would come to him, Be ye come out as against a thief with swords and staves? When I was daily with you in the temple, ye stretched forth not hands against me. But this is your hour, and the power of darkness. Then took they him, and led him, and brought him into the high priest's house. And Peter followed afar off. And when I just want to back up and just point something out right quick. When Peter cut off the ear of one of the high priests, Jesus healed his ear. So, even though they were coming to kill Jesus, Jesus still healed his ear. Jesus healed the ear of someone who was coming to kill him, or coming to lead him to his death. He healed his ear. That's a different level. That's a different level of strength and self-control right there. Then took they him, and led him, and brought him into the high priest's house. And Peter followed afar off. And when they had kindled a fire in the midst of the hall, and were sat down together, Peter sat down among them. But a certain maid beheld him as he sat by the fire, and earnestly looked upon him, and said, This man was also with him. And he denied him, saying, Woman, I know him not. And after a little while, another saw him, and said, Thou art also one of them. And Peter said, Man, I am not. And about the space of 1 hour after another, and about the space of 1 hour after, another confidently affirmed, saying, Of a truth, this fellow was with him, for he is a Galilean. And Peter said, Man, I know not what thou sayest. And immediately while he yet spake, the cock crew, and the Lord turned and looked upon Peter. And Peter remembered the word of the Lord, how he had said unto him, Before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. And Peter went out and wept bitterly. And when the men that held Jesus mocked him and smote him, and when they had blindfolded him, they struck him on the face and asked him, saying, Prophesy, who was it that smote thee? And many other things blasphemously spake they against him. And as soon as it was day, the elders of the people and the chief priests and the scribes came together, and led him into that council, saying, Art thou the Christ? Tell us. And he said unto them, If I tell you, ye will not believe. And if I also ask you, you will not answer me, nor let me go. Hereafter shall the Son of Man sit on the right hand of the power of God. Then said they all, Art thou the Son of God? And he said unto them, Ye say that I am. And they said, What need we any further witness? For we ourselves have heard of his own mouth. Alright, so I'm going to stop right there. Luke chapter 23. And when we pick up tomorrow, or next time, we're going to finish the book of Luke, because the only chapters left are chapter 23 and 24. So when we pick back up next time, We're going to be finishing the book with people. All right.